Right now the crypto market feels like a desert, a ghost town. It feels dead. But is it? Bitcoin clearly isn't moving. Stuck in this range for half a year. Larsson Line down. But what about altcoins? They seem dead too, right? Bitcoin dominance moving in a straight line up, the very opposite of the alt seasons we've seen in the past. And that's even clearer if we exclude the stablecoins and just look at Bitcoin versus the speculative altcoins. But are all altcoins dead? Let's dig deeper. And let me give you some rare insights that you won't find anywhere else on the internet. I've pulled some new data out from the Larsson Line Pro Crypto Master database. And here we see the number of coins or the number of projects that are trending up where Larsson Line is gold, that are trending down where Larsson Line is blue, and that are neutral, going all the way back to 2013. You can ignore this drop here in number of gray projects. That's a technicality of ID renaming, so focus on the gold and the blue ones. And what immediately strikes you perhaps is that we've had an enormous growth in number of blue projects, meaning number of projects that are trending down. And if you look at this data as percentages instead, we see that today there is 1,100 projects in uptrend and 7,500 projects in downtrend, which means that only 12% of projects are trending up. If you look at those percentages in historical perspective, 12% is here. We see that that is very different from the market conditions we had as late as in February this year, where over 40% were gold, and dramatically different from the situation we had in spring 2021, where 74% of the projects were trending up. That was the time when anyone could make money, you didn't have to know anything, do anything, just throw a dart and it would go up. But now is a very different time. Almost nothing is trending up. And this is near the highest amount of downtrending projects we've ever had. And if we look at this versus BTC, so eliminating the BTC to USD price movements, it looks very similar, though there has been a recent recovery in number of projects trending up. If we go back to the Bitcoin dominance, it is this move down that we're seeing here. So versus BTC, there is a slightly higher percentage of coins that are trending up, but still nowhere near the situations we had during the real alt season in spring 2021 or even at the point of last autumn, if we treat BTC as the reference, the hard money that we measure gains against. So there's basically no opportunities then. Well, it wasn't zero coins that were in uptrend, was it? Everyone talks about Bitcoin, that's where all the focus is on social media and so on. And it kind of feels like 10% up in Bitcoin is more important than 10% up in some random altcoin. But I can assure you that the gain is the same. And in my experience, the bigger opportunity from an investment or trading perspective in the crypto market is the altcoins, or the coins, for 3 reasons. Number 1. The moves are generally bigger. It's 100x up, 99% down on a regular basis. Or even more, 1000x up, 99.9% down. Why is that good? Isn't that bad? No, if you play that right and cut your losers quickly and hang on to the winners, you move into the domain of asymmetrical return. That means that you can be wrong 10 or even 100 times and just be right once and still make an absolute killing. Let's take an extreme example. Say you start with $100 and you do 100 trades, so each trade is $1. Then say you're wrong and you cut that position at a 10% loss. You have 90 cents left. And then you're wrong 99 times in a row. So 99 times you lose 10%. The trade didn't work out, you cut your loss at 10%. After those 99 trades, you have $89 left. And then the 100th time you are right. And that coin goes 100x. But you're only right once. What's then the final result? You end with $189 and you're up almost 2x. And that's an extreme example. You don't need to be wrong 99 times in a row. The second reason why I think altcoins are the bigger opportunity is that many of the altcoins are less analyzed. For Bitcoin, there's Fidelity and Goldman Sachs and hundreds of professional investors and traders. That means that when you buy or sell, there's a high chance that there's a pro on the other side taking the opposite trade of you for whatever reason. With some random low-cap altcoin, chances are that you are one of the most educated traders or investors with the best tools at your disposal. Of course, there's also high risk that you wake up and the team has rug pulled the entire project and it's worth zero, which won't happen with Bitcoin unless the Satoshi coins wake up from the dead. But generally, the less analyzed the market, the easier the market is. The third reason is maybe more personal to me. I have a good eye for technology. I can sometimes smell if something has a potential before most people can. In fact, looking back, I've often been too early almost. More about that later. But don't HODL altcoins. Wear your HODL socks. I entered crypto comparably late, back here in the spring 2017. A fun fact is that I understood the value of the technology much earlier. I had blockchain on my slides when I worked at Ericsson years earlier. Maybe it was 2014 or something. But I didn't see myself as an investor then. So I didn't translate that insight into buying Bitcoin, which is really funny. But I learned that lesson and I really studied hard here in 2017. I tried to read everything about all projects and I felt already then that I might have a good eye for what has a possibility of making it. And I emphasize possibility here. Most tech fails. Most tech startups fail. Ask any VC in Silicon Valley. They do professional evaluation, do their best professionally to screen for both potential and issues. And still, 90% plus of those bets will fail. They know that. That's fine because we're in the domain of asymmetric returns. So as long as we're right once in a while, that's enough. And I did get several altcoins right back then. But then look here, Bitcoin dominance kept going up and up and up. Those altcoins kept tanking against BTC. The up in USD meme was really describing me at that point. I often gave up on those altcoins there. I felt that, okay, I'm new to this industry, maybe I actually don't get it, what will make it and will not. So I sold much of that. Then what happened? Then came the first real alt season, where Bitcoin dominance fell off a cliff. Some of those altcoins went up 100x, 1000x. That was a big learning experience where I realized that I need a process and tool set. So it was really those failures that led to the big success that is now Larsson Line. If we become philosophical for one moment, what really sets the winners apart from the losers is if you get up, if you use your mistakes and use your learnings from them to propel you to the next level of mastery instead of giving up. I still did okay there. I still made money there, so there's no pity for me. But I would have made a gazillion times more if I had the Larsson Line process already in 2017. So let's continue our investigation and let's focus on the present. From my database, I took out the coins where Larsson Line is presently gold, sorted by market cap. Most of these are probably scams, but let's look through them anyway. The first one has an odd volume versus market cap ratio. Still, let's not discriminate and let's give benefit of doubt. So this one has charted very well on Larsson Line. First we had the downtrend, then trend turned up around here, price went up about 100%, then the trend turned down, still up about 70%, then price, even if we ignore this wick, dropped about 50%. Then we have something interesting here, which I did not notice at the time. This is a clear inverse head and shoulders in the chart, left shoulder, head, right shoulder confirmed. I was not on the ball here. I did not track this project, so I did not see this breakout when it happened. Now trend has turned up again, but this pattern target has basically already been met. So this does not feel like an entry right now, but if it does a retest that holds, that would be a valid entry under classical charting. Let's check the next, MakerDAO. And MakerDAO is indeed in uptrend. Now that is slightly surprising to me. Of course, we're trying to combine all our knowledge, the chart, the trend, the fundamentals. We talked about it yesterday in the DCA. There's been some really funny things happening with the MakerDAO organization, which is a big risk for me in my book for after the trend shift to gold. If you look at the history, Maker has charted very well. I'm sure many of you remember this move in 2021 from the gold flip. It went up 10x. Then this parabola broke and Larsson line turned down again. Then we had a number of fake outs, then possibly a double bottom here, which confirmed at around the same time as the Larsson line gold flip. That might have been an entry, I didn't take it. Now it feels late and risky. XinFin, never heard of it. XinFin Network. Similar story as many altcoins, massive downtrend here. Minus 85%, then actually found support, flipped gold, up 66% at the peak, still up 16% when trend turned down again. Then if we look at the latest move, Larsson line turned somewhere here, which then proceeded to make another 100% return and is still up about 20%, but feels late at this point. That parabola broke decisively here, not gonna chase that entry. Next. Kaspa. This one is interesting. Someone in my DM suggested I look at this one very early. And if you go back a little, Larsson line flipped gold first time here, August 22. Then look what happened here. This one didn't go 50%. This one went almost 100x and still today up 5,000%. That's 50x from the first gold flip here. Even was an opportunity to dodge some of the drawdown here, but we ignore that for now. So this is what I'm really trying to show you with this video. After a handful of bleak opportunities, then suddenly we get the 50x or 100x move in this desert, in this dead market. That, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, is the beauty of asymmetric returns. And here's the good part. Now we have Larsson Line Pro. So what I do now when I hear about some new exciting project, I go in here on my portfolio page in Larsson Line Pro and I add it on my watch list. It takes 3 seconds and I don't need to research it now because 90% chance, as I just showed you, the trend is anyway down. Meaning by probability, even lower prices are ahead, and it's always easier to analyze something when we have more information. Then if and when the trend turns up, that is when I will look at it. That means I won't forget it because I will get alerts when that happens. I won't miss the move because nothing will go up 10x or 100x with a trend down. It just can't happen. I save my time and my focus. And now with horizontal alerts, I can even go a step further if I want. If there is a key chart pattern under development, I can potentially catch that. So right now, putting in this work doesn't make me any money. I add stuff, trend is down, not making money. The fruits of that labor right now are few and far in between. But if you put in the work now, you will be the one harvesting later when the market turns. I'm so happy with this setup and process, actually. Honestly, I don't even care if anyone else uses it, because this is so good. Later you won't hear about these projects when the market turns. They will drown in the noise then, when all the junk is pumping also. Like I showed you, there will be times when 50% of all those 10,000 projects are in uptrend. Then you won't find the quality projects. Now is the time to put in the work. 99% of people are not going to do that. They are not even here to watch this video. And they are definitely not going to buy some analytics tool like Larsson Line Pro here in this bear market, spending money on education and tools when not getting rich immediately. 99% of people will come back near the top of the next bull market. They will come back when the parabola starts breaking, when we, following this process, start selling on them. To live the life of the 1%, you have to be willing to do what the 99% are not willing to do. You're just pushing and selling your tool. Well, don't buy it then. I'm gonna use it. You don't need to buy it if you don't want it. There's no need to be angry. No obligation. I'm giving you the possibility. You don't need to take it. But if you have questions, you're welcome to email me. Then there is another opportunity hiding in this as well. Maybe you've spotted it already. If these points and these points are the times to enjoy the enormous gains in spot holding or long. If swimming with the stream, maybe these are the times to enjoy the shorts. This is something I almost never talk about this channel, and sometimes you guys ask why, if it's not a valid opportunity. No doubt it's valid. Shorting altcoins when they flip blue or break parabola has historically been a great opportunity. It's just more advanced. It's a more advanced subject than holding spot. And you'd better know what you're doing. But yes, we have many in our community who have been very successful with that. And that's one reason why I include the blue flip alerts so prominently in Larsson Line Pro. It's not only for exiting positions, but it can also be an entry opportunity for shorts. For shorting to work, there has to be someone else willing to take the opposite position. But if you pick something reasonably big, like, I don't know, Cardano or something, I can assure you that there were plenty of people who were willing to take the opposite side of a Cardano short. Remember, we literally called the top on the day, well ahead of time on this channel. Then you've had an ideal ride down the whole time. But shorting is a different game, and profits are not unlimited in the same way as they are on the spot upside and so on. And don't start there. The right place to start, in my opinion, is with education and analytics tools. Later this week, I will dig deeper into some projects, including Thorchain, that I've covered multiple times in the past, because, as I said, I sometimes have a good eye for things that could possibly make it. Thank you, tack. CTO Larsson out. Hej då!